How to choose the best country to move to. Yes, this is one of the most important steps to do our life-changing project. Hi, I am Nurse Dina and this is Nurses Move. Here on this channel we talk about how migrate abroad as a nurse. So if you are a nurse and you are planning to move abroad for live the dream of your life, you pick and have the right video. So grab a piece of paper and a pen, taking something to drink and relax yourself because now we're going to see step by step how to choose the best country for you to move abroad. We can't decide to move abroad in a new country without thinking seriously about it. Lots of people think that move abroad is easy because it's easy to find a job in a different country. But you know, money is very important. In fact, it's placed in the first five important things for the life of a human being. But it's not the first one. So if you think that the job and salary are the important thing when you move abroad, and you don't pay attention of all the other aspects of your life, job and salary in a new country will destroy your life. So choose a right country to migrate to is a long process of researching, but most important of introspection. Is a process in fact to knowing ourselves. It's not possible in fact to decide where to move abroad, to choose the best country just in one night time because it's a process that takes time. We are not just our profession. We are human. We are also a human being that need to take care of ourselves. We are a person that need to listen our feeling and our needs. So this is mean analyze all the aspects of our life. Only knowing ourselves in fact allow us to migrate successfully, but most important, healthily. So how to choose the right country then? Well, given that there are people that already know where I'm moving to for different reasons. Maybe there are people that love particularly a certain country because they already visited it or because they really love so they know everything about it. Some people have parents in that country, so it's easy for them to choose where to move abroad. Some people have a partner in a different country, so the new home will be the partner's country. But if you just know that you must leave your country and you have to start from scratch to decide where to move into, this guide is very useful for you. So before we start, the important thing to do is to understand your goal. Your goal in terms of personal growth, professional growth, and economic growth. Because, of course, you're going to move in another country because you want to improve yourself and because you want to have a wealthy life, because you want to become a better version of yourself. But this is a very hard thing to do. This is very stressful, life-changing. So if you set your goal and you want to reach them, you easily will find a way to do it. So first of all, for understand what you want, you must understand what you need. The important thing to do, in fact, is to drawing down which are your needs. And this is important because you must migrate abroad for a personal growth, a professional growth, and for economic growth. So you have to list needs and goals that you want to satisfy and that you want to reach. So then jumping to it and going to understand which are the needs you must satisfy. You know, the country where you want to move into must match all your needs and all your ambition. But the country where you move into must be the country that is let you feeling comfortable and capable to live a wealthy life. So going now to check one by one the needs that personally I give importance to understand which was the best country for myself and for my family. So first, the language. The languages are different each other's and different is our approach to learn them. There are languages that are more easy to learn because they come from the same old language. Even if there are languages that are very similar to our language, this doesn't mean they are easy for us to understand because they are not similar actually to our way of thinking or our way to learning. So the easy thing to do is find a language that you love particularly and that it's easy for you and funny as well to you to learn and to practice. Other need to have to pay attention to health system. The air system is regulated nationally in a different country in different way. There are health systems that are public and completely free for people who live in that country. There are health systems, there are private, so you must have an insurance for receive the health care. There are countries instead where you can choose between private and public. And this is important to understand because we are nurses and we take care of other people. But as told you before, we are human and we have a need. A lot of nurses suffer by a chronic disease or have some syndrome that they must to pay the right attention to. So depending of you, if you think that you need of lots of care, health care, probably you're going to decide to choose a country where is free health system in place. Or maybe you have an insurance, or for you this is not important because you know that as soon you're going to find a job, for sure your employer going to pay for you. The sexual orientation. As you know, every country has a single and specific culture. Some of them are more open-minded, inclusive in terms of both law and institution because they believe in gender equality. Vice versa, countries are very rigid and in some cases they prefer and support just the male gender. So depend of your life, depend what need you have, you must pay attention because sexual orientation is very important for you, for your life, but for life of your family as well. Religion belief. This is the same of the sexual orientation because you must choose a country where you feel free to practice your belief, feel free to express yourself in terms of believing as well. As told you before, there are countries that are very rigid, so you must follow that kind of religion because of the law, and there are countries quite neutral. That is mean you're free to practice your belief, but they don't really support because in that country there are no structures put in place for let you actually practice your belief. Instead, there are lots of countries that are very inclusive, respectful, and other than there, they support you with place and structure that allow you to practice easily. Other important aspects to take care and to pay attention to racism. Again, this is a cultural thing. It's true that it is more than an individual aptitude to be racist or not, but it's also true that there are countries where the law protect the different races and minority. So depend of you, because it's also true that we must learn how to stop other people to take advantage on us, because the difference in culture, the difference in race. I am an Italian nurse that live in a country that choose a Brexit, but this doesn't mean that all the English people are racist against European people. So we must learn as well how to teach others to pay respect on us. It's also true there are places and there are countries where the racism is very evident. So go ahead. Sport. As you know, there are indoor and outdoor sport that we love to practice. And depend of you, if you practice a specific outdoor sport, you must pay attention in which country you're going to move to, because no all country have the same weather or the same landscape. So if you really need to practice your sport outdoor, because this is an important part of your life, you must pay attention. Mental health is important, especially when you move abroad. So practice the sport that you love most, that make feel free from stressful thoughts. You must keep practicing. Next, the weather. The weather same to the sport, in part because, of course, you need to be outdoor, and for practice, sport, be in contact with nature. It's true there are lots of people that are very weather influenced of the mood and of the behavior of a person, but there's not really research about it that confirm this is a true theory or no. But it's true that, of course, as I told you before, you practice a specific sport that is important for your person. You must pay attention to the weather. Next need. Hobby and fun. A lot of people think that have a hobby or having fun is a simply waste of time or waste of money. But this is not true, because having hobby or having fun is important, really important for our mood, our life, and so for our career. There are different and interesting hobby that you can practice if you don't have a choose one yet. But if you already have one, two, or three hobbies that you practice quite a lot, you must pay attention before you move in another country, because maybe you have to stop to practice. Again, don't forget that migrate abroad is a hard thing, it's a hard process. So you really need to keep things that relax you and make you happy for survive through this process, especially in the beginning. So let's go ahead. Crime level. The cause of crime are lots, but you can read different articles, and I will link below a couple of links that show you which country is most peaceful and which is less peaceful. Geographic position. We must consider the distance between our home country, our new country we want to move to, because if we want to come back to visit our family, or if we have property or land that we must continue to take care too, and we must plan to come back for this reason to our home country, we must consider the distance, because it's expensive take a trip, to take a flight, for understand how much is the cost of our travel in and out. Well, so until now we have considered our need, or the most important need for ourselves. But before go ahead, we must consider the need of our family as well, especially if we have a big family to live in our home country, or if we have our family to take with us in this new adventure. So the new country must match the need of our family, because if you will migrate with your family, your partner, and your kids, you must pay attention on some particular thing that I'm going to tell you in a minute. And if you have a family that you have to live back on your country, you must pay attention how other things as well. As told you before, if you move by yourself but you have continuing to take care of your family back at home, you must consider the distance from your origin country to the new country you want to move to. It is important to consider this aspect, because the ticket has a cost, and because you must plan how many times you have to come back home. For do this, you must plan your annual leave, and in some place you can move in end of the year, maybe around Christmas time, or you cannot take more than 2 weeks of annual leave. And for the same reason, you must find a country that give you number of annual leave that allow you to come back home the proper time. You'll be surprised how sometime migrate abroad will give you a chance to take more care of your family. So you will really have the chance to improve your life, and that's one of your family member. Again, if you move with your family, if you move with your kids, if you already have a kid, or if you and your partner decide to have some, of course you must consider the school system. If you move with a partner, the new country maybe is full of nurses opportunity for careers, for job, but maybe it's not the land of opportunity for your partner. So don't forget that all of us need personal growth, professional growth, and economic growth. So depend what you decide and what your partners as well decide. If you move with your kids, you're gonna choose a country that is family friendly, and it's easy for you for take care of your kids, and it's easy for your kids because they can really enjoy a childhood that unless they're gonna hate, because it's very hard for them to be eradicated from their affect for their loved one, for their friends. So please pay attention to bring them in a place that is family friendly, kids friendly, that allow them to grow free, happy, and healthy. I'm telling you this because there are countries that very supportive to the kids, because they're very supportive. Parenthood give you a very big help to manage job and family, and they give you this help in economic term, but also in system in place. Your kids must enjoy their childhood. If you take them, eradicate them from their loved one, from their friends, from their school, take them and put them in a place that they don't know. There were people they don't know, in a place where they must learn another language. There are lots of countries that are able to support you in be a parent. They support you in terms of infrastructure, in terms of society, and in terms of benefit. So there are lots of opportunity around the world. Please don't rush and choose the right one that is important, that is right, not just for you, not just for your partner in terms of job, personal growth, but that is important for your child or for your children as well. Again, a part of the school system, you must consider both the hobby but also the collateral learning. That means opportunity in learn a new instrument, practice a new sport, learning art, craft, everything your kids really enjoy for have a lovely childhood. At the end, again, we must consider the crime level because a country maybe have a level of crime that is okay for you as a grown person, that is okay, but maybe it's not right for your kids. Some of you probably say, of course I'm going to check this day for my kids. You don't have to tell me, but I can guarantee you that sometime the need to move abroad, the need to find a job because it is too hard to stay in our origin country, that you just go and take the job because you need it and you're not going to consider it all these aspects. So this is just a recommendation of a mom, so please take it as is it. There we go. Now probably you already have 3 or 4 countries that you would like to move into. And now we're going to consider her profession in the specific. Why? Because now that you have satisfied all the needs of your life or the need of your family, you can go and check how you can work in those countries that you already choose. First of all, the nursing profession is not the same in all the country because there are countries that you practice nursing in one kind of way, and there are countries that you practice nursing in a different way. This is because society and culture are different, and the nursing profession is grown during the century and during the year in different way. There are places, there are countries where the nurse is more independent. There are countries where the nurse is really, really depending of the doctors of depending of other professionals. So depending of how you really want to live your profession, and depend of how you want to be independent, or if you prefer have a good salary. Anyway, so you're going to check how is the nursing profession in those countries that you already choose and see if you really like it or no. You must consider the registration, how you can register in that country as a nurse, as a registered nurse, so you can practice in that country. And this is different too because there are countries where you must to inform the health minister that you are a nurse, you give all the documentation required, and after a length of time, you'll be you'll be registered able to practice. But there are other countries that the one understand if your qualification and your profession is equal and is satisfied the requirements. So apart of give all the documentation required, you must do an exam for your professional skill. You must take language test. So depend where you're going to. For example, there are some big countries like United States, Canada, or Australia. You cannot register once and practice everywhere in the specific country because, for example, United States, you must register in one state and practice in that state. You cannot register as a nurse in California, for example, and practice in Louisiana. No, you must take the registration in each country you want to practice into. It's true there are slightly difference between one and the other state of each country, but the registration is different. You must check be careful about. Other the registration, you must to take care of the visa. How to obtain a visa for you, for your family. How do you plan to move? You want to move by yourself and then bring your family in while you're already established in a new place, in a new country, or do you want to move with your family straight away altogether? Because the application is different, the cost is different, so you must consider different aspects. Of course, for the visa, you have a time for apply. So you must to be aware that there are a lot of scam out there, especially in the immigration field, because people are desperate and need to move abroad. So be aware that in every country, the immigrations agent must to be registered in a specific register. And you can check this in the government online website, so you can see if you are in a good hand or not. You can also accept the help of a recruiter agency. Once you choose the country where you want to move abroad, you can check and find all the job offer. Nurse job is really requests in all part of the world, so you easily find a recruiter agency that will help you to move abroad. But you must be aware that some recruiter agency are specialized to help nurses to move abroad. There are some recruiter agencies that are specialized in managing nurses that already are in that country. So you must choose the right agency. Okay, now we are talk about what to consider before move abroad. Now we have to talk about how to understand how to choose the right country, where find the information. Well, first of all, you must read book about some country, a magazine about some country. There are a lot of brand of traveling book. They are very good in explaining you how is the society, how is the country in terms of economic growth, and how is the society in terms of living. So you can really take advantage. If you want to link below some book like A Lonely Planet, I really love Lonely Planet because it's very good in let you test a little bit of the countries, and it's very stressful. Then you must to subscribe to some forum that talk about some particular country, or Facebook group. Well, the Facebook group are really important and play a really important role in understanding a country, because first of all, there are Facebook groups that talk about a country because are managed by a people that country, so they knew everything about. Or there are Facebook group of community. For example, I am Italian. I know that if I want to understand how is the Italian society in Canada, I can easily subscribe to the Facebook group of Italian in Canada. There are a lot of them, so I can write question, have answer easily, so I can understand more of that country. How the people there are very happy to help me. YouTube. YouTube is really a font of information. Like this video, you can find a lot of video that talk about different country. Be aware to find the right channel, by the way. So if you really like this video and if you want to know more about different country, please leave a comment. Ask me what you want to see in the next video, and please subscribe because I love the interesting video coming soon. And we will talk about how to move healthily as well. And last but not least, you must contact people of your our country that already moved in the country that you want to move into now, because they really can give you lots of information, especially because they did the same things. They come from the same country, they probably have the same experience of you, and probably they move in that country for the same reason you want to move to now. So if you are able to find to ask a question to those people, please do it, because a lot of people there are happy to help you. Okay, we nearly finished. Please stay with me until the end because now the important thing. Okay, we finally find our place. Finally, we found the country of our dream, the country that will give us dream of life. So we nearly to go, we nearly to package everything, take a flight and go ahead. But please, just a moment, wait. The last important thing to do is, if you can, if you have economic chance to do it, please take an holiday, maybe few days, but please take an holiday by yourself or with your family and go to this country that you choose, because you must to live, because you must spend some days in that country, because that country will be your new home. So you must feeling, you must touch, you must hear, you must see everything, and as much as possible for understand at the end if these countries is the right one for you and for your family. So please plan an holiday, maybe just 1 week or 15 days or 1 month if you have the chance to do it, and go and rent a property. Please, no resort, no hotel, because you must to live their everyday life there for really understand. And once you're there, you must to go to the shop, you must to go to the grocery for check the price, you must to look around. And if you have a chance, please take part of social activity that maybe are happening in those days you are in there. So at the end, you must test the country that you choose for really understand if these countries is the best for you and for your family. And please don't forget that at the beginning, especially for the first few months, you will be without a car. I don't know if you usually don't use a car or if you usually use a car. Anyway, for the first few months, you will just with the public transport. So before you leave, you must move around with a public transport and see how it works. Is it good for you or maybe not? Because you must be satisfied of the place that you choose before make a real decision. So before you're going to spend money, please have a nice short holiday for understand if this country is the really best for you. Well, we arrive at the end of our video. Thank you for watching, and please, if you really like this video, please subscribe to Nurses Move and leave a comment below. Tell me what you would like to hear about in the new video, and we'll see you soon. Bye then. Thank you very much.